Welcome back to Divinity 648. My name is Christina. Today is Sunday, May the 1st. It is 11:12 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. This reading is for the following placements: Venus, sign Virgo, Pluto, Gemini, and Mercury, Leo. Okay? If you have all three of these placements, this is going to be a very close to personal reading for you. If not, the information somehow, some way is going to blend in and give you some clarity, and the other signs may be relevant to those that you're dealing directly with. So the numbers for this energy too is 20, 16, 17, 22, 41, 12, and 38. And please apply the numerology aspect to these vibrations as well. So 20 would be the power or the energy of 2, 16 would be 7, 17 would be 8, and so on, except for the 22. You don't you respect that number as a whole due to the master numerology number it represents. You're making moves, right? Like real moves, real abundant energy is kind of, you know that song, Rain on Me? It's like, I'm hearing rain, just rain on me, but it's not actual rain, it's abundance. It's that trickling down of those pentacles. You know, like I got gypsy blood, right? I have very broad ancestry, so I could hear the coins on the waistline for when the waist starts to go, and I can just see the glitter in a golden color just really adamantly flowing down all around whoever I'm speaking to. You are standing in your true divinity. You are the embodiment of an opened lotus flower that has that translucent opal, I prefer the word opal, energy radiating in it, around it, and from it. Like really, like it's just radiating right off. You have reached a mastery level where you no longer need to acquire or hold on to any level of third dimensional, which is gone, physical realm type flow. It's like people who want to challenge you, trigger you, try to poke the bear kind of flow. You look at it like it's like a mosquito, or like a fly in the house, or a caterpillar just crawling on the side of a dirt road. It's like, okay, what's up? Nobody really cares, right? Like, I see it, no big deal, keep it moving, don't entertain it. It doesn't even make it to you, right? I remember when I first started through this area of the ascension process, I remember that point where people would say really fucked up shit and do really grimy things to me, and I would see right through it. But it would go over my head in a sense, or it just wouldn't really hit me right away until afterwards when I was home, and then that would be like that wind down with a glass of wine and get low vibrational so I can weed through all of the energy that's being sent on it. You know, that was the typical way of cleaning through my days so I don't have to worry about karmic lessons. But it was at that point, right, where you would digest, or you should be at this point for your life, right? You should be digesting all of the things that are happening. Like if somebody said something to you 2 weeks ago, it's going to hit you at whatever point you actually sit down and actually digest the information, right? The energy, actually take inventory, review it, see it. And then you kind of think to yourself, like, what the fuck? That was really said. How come I didn't react the way that I, would have normally reacted? And the message I kept getting from my ancestors was it was for your protection. It was also to highlight the fact of your level of ascension. When you ascend, think of it like a star. We can see it, but it will take us forever to get there, right? So when you ascend, when low vibrational or fucked up shit happens or is said to you, the severity or the toxicity part of it takes a little bit longer to get to you. And that's more so for your protection, so it doesn't drop your vibration without warning. It's not that you're slow or anything. People might look at you like, what's going on with this person's changing. It's like, yeah, your reaction to people's toxicity shifts because it takes longer for that low of a vibration to reach you. There's a lot of energy of needing to talk about your truths, right? It's not like confessional. It's more like cleaning out your closets or spring cleaning, right? It's that energy of, I don't care. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And it's because the energy, the karmic level of all of our energy is coming back up around again. And what it's doing is it's pushing out any residual toxicity, and it's allowing the room for that necessary energy that allows for that natural flow of continuous embrace, right? That natural compassion flow. It's not going to be allowed through until you clear out the fuckery. And the fuckery that's trying to hold on is going to be pushed away, right? Think of it like a syringe. You, over time, your karmic energy absorbs, right? So that syringe fills with that medicine or whatever. And then after a while, when it's time to apply that karmic energy, it starts to force its way back through. Thus, you push down on that syringe. So whatever's trying to remain toxic in your energy is going to be forced out. It's just the way that the karmic energy is coming through. A lot of people who are focused on their ascension and staying within their karmic realms of things, right? Watching your karma, doing unto others, standing your ground, following your intuition, trusting your own internal navigation, things like that, things to those extent, right? Those who don't eavesdrop, those who don't, continuously cross boundaries, who haven't learned from their lessons. You're starting to see a higher perspective of things, like I said just a second ago, with the energy of seeing the toxicity around you, but like it not being relevant in your life. It's no different than just seeing a caterpillar on the side of the road, right? The other side of that table is people are starting to see you in a different manner, right? The same way you have a perspective, they are having that perspective. That perspective, it's almost like seeing on the side of the road a deer, right? If you're driving and all of a sudden you see like a family of deer off to the side on the highway, and it's beautiful, it's angelic. It draws people's attention. It's like, oh shit, you like stuff like that. I mean, I'm talking to those who are on a different vibe, so I know you like stuff like that. That type of energy, that low vibrational type of energy, is so irrelevant to you. It's no different than a caterpillar. You don't even notice it. It's not even happening. It's a different part. It's irrelevant, right? They think differently though. And what it is every time they see you, it is the deers, the family of deer on the side of the highway, and it's so beautiful. Whereas you're still looking at them like you ain't shit but a caterpillar kind of flow. And I'm not saying that to disrespect the insect itself, the bug itself, because I know the symbolism and the meaning behind it. It's just to give you an example of how if we're driving, we won't see that little caterpillar, but we would see the deer. So when you're out there driving, don't be surprised if a lot of people are seeing you, but you're just not really paying attention, nor do you care. A lot of gratitude energy is coming through for so many reasons. The moves that you're making is going to impact people's lives on some type of a level to some type of a degree. It's almost like you made a transition or you made a move out of gratitude, which impacts a lot of people on a really deeper level. It's like they relate to you, or they got through a hard time because of something that you said, or things that they wanted to say but couldn't say, you said, which gave them a tool to be like, hey, you should listen to this kind of thing. Or when they reviewed the way that your life interacted with their life versus how it is without you in their life, because this feels like you kind of are not in their circle as of right this moment. It's almost like as they reflect, they're like, damn, I missed that. Oh man, I missed that. Oh, I really was this, or oh, this was this. You know, they're kind of like getting clarity now that they're reflecting from a different layer or level of energy. A lot of people are celebrating the rise of it's that Phoenix rising energy. A lot of people are seeing you, the after you, without the ashes and cleaned off in your purity, your level up. Thank you. There's a lot of 8 number, a lot of multiples of 8 around you. It's that infinite abundance energy. It's really subtle, but it's there. And you have to remember, right? If you're looking, think of like, the blinders on a horse. Picture that on your being. If you're only seeing straight and you can't see anything in your peripheral, and you're not looking below and you're not looking up because you're so focused on plowing through, because you know what deadlines are coming, you know the cycles, you know what other people already, like, way ahead of the clock, right? Like, I always laugh and say I'm 221 days of the average individual, because I get downloads 24/7, and I get to see the faces, hear the voices, see the mouths of the individuals. Even if I can't see their face, I'll at least see their mouth and hear their voice, or at least feel their energy. So when I cross paths with them, I get that, boom, this is deja vu, and that's when I kick myself in the ass for not journaling anymore, because I can't have the physical evidence to go back to for that external validation, because every time I can't do that anymore, because I'm not at a phase where I can seek external validation. It's more of a confirmation, or show me the lower side of what's happening kind of flow, right? Because remember what I said earlier, it's like seeing a star. You can see it, but it's going to take forever to reach it. So that low vibe toxicity, sometimes I'll jump on YouTube, like, I don't fuck with the energy that low, and I'm not going to allow myself to drop from my vibration. Let me hear what she's saying so I can hear, and I know, because it's going to take forever for that fucker. I don't even think it's going to get to me at this level. And a lot of people are celebrating that, right? And you should be celebrating that too. And if you're not, people are noticing it. They're, even the people who are doing the dirt to you. And there's an individual who's reflecting, watching the celebration, or is either quietly, low-key celebrating in silence and unable to celebrate outwardly because of the past actions, behaviors, and affiliations that they kept secret from you. So the edge of evolution feels messy, right? But you have to embrace it, right? It's almost like the energy of, I love my scars. I they're battle wounds. I can tell you what every scar came from, right? That kind of energy. It's like everything I've overcome positioned me to be wiser in my life. It positioned me to be more cautious with the way that I move, or how often or how much of myself I'll pour into someone. That's the vibe that this energy is giving you, right? So just embrace it. Learn how to embrace it. I know it sucks. Just suck it up, right? Oh, I'm hearing it. Suck it up. Buttercup. That's for somebody that I've met with before. It's that same voice. So the edge of evolution feels really messy, because a lot of the things that were done in the darkness are now face to face with you. And it's like, you have to understand that people are going to try to manipulate you to the fullest. They're going to really try to do that. What is that gaslighting shit? Where that's exactly what it feels like. Where it's like, no. You've got the whole thing wrong. This isn't the way that it was. It was really like this. Or this only happened because I thought it was this. And it's like, yeah. You're going to see right through all the fuckery. Just sit there and smile and act like everything's cool. Because it's not worth arguing with someone that isn't going to tell you the truth. A lot of you have people from your past kind of sitting there like, what the fuck? Because you really are that spark, right? You have a strong push for hustle. You have this energy that you're pushing forward through. And it's like, wow. It's like, it's that fucking song again. It's that Out the Mud shit with Kevin Gates. It's like, even the energy above it, it's that dark water and pushing your way straight through. It's like, fuck this. You're not holding me here. You're not keeping me down. I don't care how dark this shit is. I know what's up there and I'm going to keep fucking going. So you can sit your ass the fuck down. That's the feeling that's coming through. Because the way that you're going about your hustle isn't even the normal flow of the things that you usually would do. It's completely different, out of the box. And it's, again, impacting so many people. And it's like, you don't even have a fucking clue. And then you go about your business and you see the reaction of other individuals to you. And even if they're not saying it, you're feeling it. You're absorbing it. You're understanding it. It's coming through clearly for you. And again, it's that energy of bearing that fruit. It's that successful transformation where you just kept ascending and finally you just took off. You just flew. The possibilities for you at this point are completely endless, especially if you've been seeing a lot of 38s and its multiples, which is 11, which is, come on, mass numerology number 11. Before I pulled this energy up, I was already embraced by a house full of spirits, and it's beautiful energy in here. I don't know enough about them because, again, I don't follow religion, okay, at all. I don't hold on to any information that is relevant to the everyday flow of any religions, period, end of story. I am completely 100% in tune with my ancestors. Completely 100% following what they teach me. I don't do, like, I have books, lots of books, and I'll grab paragraphs. I'll read like 2-3 sentences and I won't touch the book for 5 years. The book is still a relevant tool and it's something that I need, but I won't even touch it. I'll do channelings and never go back to those channelings, but I'll know all of the information 15 years later. It's just the way the energy flows. People keep trying to put categories on shit. People keep trying to, that's limiting. I'm not limited. So please don't, like, always ascending, always growing, always expanding on a continuous basis. So again, the success in your transformation, the success in all of the things that are allowing you to bear this fruit is giving you endless possibilities. And again, earlier, I was embracing this really incredible energy, and it's called muses, or the muses. I don't know too much about them, but I am going to read to you about them. And the information I'm getting is from the Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica, oh God, I'm totally hacking this name, Ellis. And its origin is from Greece. Actually, you know what? You can do your own research. I'm not doing all that. So, muses, okay? M-U-S-E-S, muses. The standard list of them, I will read though. No, I'm not. You're going to do your own research if it's relevant to you. So, that energy was in this house. It's still in this house. And they're the ones providing that energy that is necessary. And whatever you are looking for, whatever is relevant to you when you do the research on that energy, you can rest assured that's what they're bringing to you, if not everything. So if you have all three of those placements, then it's everything. So for those of you who are really seeing the number 9, 4, and 6, a lot of 6s, a lot of 9s, a lot of 4s, 36, and 24. So your past, right? Your past. I'm talking about whoever and whatever is in your past, whether it's a past person, old friends that you no longer associate yourself with, family members you cut off. When I say the past, I mean no interaction, no current involvement. They're going through it at night. They're actually going through it at night. Their conscious is really taking a toll on them. They have a focus on you. They have this energy of constantly, it's like fixated. It feels fixated. Like, what's your next move? Or, if that's not the energy that they're sitting in, then they're sitting in a guilty conscience. They're sitting in this energy of, I should have never done that. I should have never said this. Like, damn, why did I fuck up that friendship? It was over something so fucking stupid. It wasn't even worth it. Or, wow, I really misunderstood. Like, they're getting clarity on whatever the fuckery was, and they're really eating themselves up. Or, it's almost like the clown who shoots himself in the foot. Like, he meant to do you dirty. He meant to cause you harm. The same weapon that he used against you, he ended up hurting himself with it, getting a taste of their own medicine. That type of energy applies here. And no matter, during the day, they're fighting their thoughts, they're fighting their actions, they're fighting themselves. During the day, they're probably even fighting you. They're probably, trying to attack you or sabotage you as well. Again, this is 3 energies I'm reading for. Do not take what does not apply to you. You will know. You'll get a jolt in your chest. You'll get that, instant think of someone the minute I say what I say, if it's relevant to you. Don't force it. So the past is spending time during the day either fighting their conscious or trying to find ways to mess with you. And at night, the divine is kicking their ass. Maybe they're having dreams with you in it. Maybe they are having dreams of, prophetic dreams or prophetic moments, instances where they can get a glimpse of what's to come, and they see how wonderful you're doing, how beautiful you're doing, how happy you are, and all the things coming in for you, and they're stuck in the back in the dark, kind of low-key envious because they can't even come back around because of how dirty they actually fucking did you. So you're really, especially those who are seeing the number 4 in all of its multiples, you're really in this flow of owning your shit, standing your ground, really being in that fiery, passionate entrepreneur, hustle, any type of relevant term to that energy. You're on this, there's a lot of potential out there, and you are not trying to miss one opportunity at all kind of flow. A lot of you are blinded to everything that's external to you. So a while ago, I posted an episode of, I put it under Leo, but what it was this energy of being in the eye of the storm, right? It was this energy of being peaceful in your solitude. And the darkness and the chaos and the fuckery was on the external parts of you. It's like everything was going on around you, but it was not able to get through your aura and actually impact you. So everywhere you went, the eye of the storm went. You were the eye of that storm. So everybody is caught up in that tornado, going through it, having changes happen to them, consequences, karmic returns. It's literally they're literally getting ass fucked with a cactus at this point, for everything that has been going on. And this is on an energetic, intellectual, or emotional level. This is more in their head about all of the stuff that has happened, whereas you are in peace. You are blinded to absolutely all of it, and you are protected from your, like, the divine is keeping you from grabbing at any of it. You understand? Like, you can't get into the fuckery even if you try to. You are protected from yourself. You know, people are like doing all these things and you're not seeing it. Like I said earlier, that star comparison. People are doing things around you and you're not seeing it. And that is protection from the divine. Let them keep doing all the shit they're fucking doing. It's irrelevant to you. By the time it actually catches up to you, you won't even be there to receive it. Kind of flow. Isis energy, heavy Isis energy, very strong Isis energy, is pushing a rebirth through. With this judgment that everyone is dealing with all of their chaos and fuckery. And what's going to happen is you're going to come out very successful. And again, there's going to be people behind you, low-key celebrating and happy for you, but not able to come forward because of all of the fucked up shit that they did to you. But trust me, they're rooting for you behind the scenes, even if nobody knows about it. Artemis energy, Jerry Dwin energy, Nimosine, energy. Those are goddesses you can Google. One of them is spelled, I'll put them in the description box so you can look it up yourself. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I will. Maybe. Don't hold me if I don't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going. So, for those of you who understand 8, 9, 10, wow. Definitely 10s, because 10 showed up twice. 7. And again, 11. 11 showed up again. 12 or the number 3. And maybe there's some ages 45, 37, 25, 47, and 22. If you are dealing with minors, nope, I'm not hearing minors. I'm hearing... Some of you may have been in a dynamic for 8 years to 10 years, or you are involved in a dynamic that, 8 to 10 years. Maybe you did time, or maybe that's the length of your knowing a person, or watching a person, or stalking a person, or when the person found out that you are something of value to their lives, and that's when they decided to start pursuing or changing or growing or trying to improve on their end. So divine, right? Earlier I said divine has been really serving it to people of the past at night. And those who are restricted are restricted through the divine. So this is that energy of dark night of the soul for those people, right? If you understand that energy for you, this is dark night of the soul. This is that time where you go within, you think about your options, you actually visualize how things would unfold. The way that I used to do it with my guides, who taught me this? I think it was Shango. Definitely Legua was there, but I think Shango was the one that was working with me. What we did was, I wrote a list of all of my options. I wrote a list of everything I had to do, everything I had to get done, everything. Wow, I just saw something. You know, it's not, I'm not interrupting this. So yeah, it was Shango. So what we did was I'm not even being allowed to tell you what I did, because this is the part where someone who I really admired at one point is trying to attack me to block my path. And that's so sad of you. So while you take my knowledge, instead of just growing with it and catching up or superseding me as you wish to, you use it to stop me, delay me, block me, and steal my access to information that is mine to have, mine to hold, through my lineage. And while you may share some of that lineage with me, you are not entitled to just help yourself to it. I'm so disappointed in who you are in my life. Instead of being on the side of me, you are in the past. And you know I'm talking to you. I know you're going to feel this. So back to what I was saying. For those of you who are dealing with this whatever energy for at least 8 to 10 years or whatever, and again, these ages is 45, 47, 37, 25, and 22. Again, this is that energy of manifestation. This is the time where you really want to focus, and no, I cannot explain how to do it for you. But it's that energy you would do for manifestation. So think about all your options, go into a meditative state, or however you do what you do, and really go into it. Map out every detail. Like, do the research in the physical realm. Take out that computer. How am I going to get from point A to point Z? Like, let's say you're moving to Florida, or you're moving to Phoenix, Arizona. You want to start looking for places. How much does it cost? What is the moving expense? What are you actually taking with you? Map out these houses. Look at these places. Okay, I like the kitchen here. I like the bathroom here. I like the yard here. Put it all together like a vision board, or just do it mentally, or, like check off the boxes in your head. This is what I'm looking for, or better. Manifest that shit and see how it feels to you while you're doing it. And then go to your next option. Maybe it's Phoenix. Okay, this is what the places look like. This is how much it's going to cost. Okay, well, that's not really freaking realistic, right? So you obviously know that that's not an off the table. It's just a not right now. So you're going to go somewhere else, right? What is more feasible? Actually put in the work for this. And you'll be really successful. And you'll be able to get through the indecision that you're sitting in. And just remember, this is that seeding the light, right? This is that planting the seed. I'm mapping things out. I'm becoming knowledgeable in what are the requirements going to be. So that way, moving forward, while I'm consciously moving around in my life, I can keep in the back of my mind, well, if I really want to move over there, is this in alignment with that path? No, the fuck it isn't. So why am I entertaining it? Right? You're not going to entertain something that's not in alignment, and you did the research. You know what's required. You know what you need to leave behind. Some of you are realizing that everything you're going through is a repeated event. It's a repetitive cycle. This is that part of ascension where you are going to be challenged and tested to see if you learned your lessons. Some of you, if it's in relationships, every time you meet a person, you pour yourself into them, they don't give themselves to you, you walk away, all of a sudden they want to be with you, you end up being with them, and it's a complete fucking disappointment, right? That energy is coming back up around for you. Are you going to go back knowing that every time you're in this dynamic with people, it always ends up the same way? Why would you repeat that shit? Obviously, you're going to keep it moving. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but in my opinion, if you've healed from that shit and you're tired of the same old fuckery, you're not going to repeat it. You're going to move forward. You're going to learn your lesson. So a lot of you are going through situations like that. Some of you, same thing with the job, right? Maybe every time there's an open position that is more in alignment with where you want to be financially within your company or organization or whatever it is that you do. Or maybe you have an opportunity to expand, and every time you get this opportunity to expand, something happens and you make that a priority over expanding. And you always delay the things that you really want to do because you allow other things that come up last minute to supersede your long-term plans. Or it could be educational goals where you're in, like, let's say the nursing program, and you're so fucking unhappy in this nursing program, but it's long-term financially wiser to be in that type of position. Well, it's draining your soul. You're not happy. You feel bogged down. You feel depressed. You feel like, you know what? I'm not emotionally invested here. And I'm feeling miserably academically because I'm not emotionally invested here. This is a chore now instead of something I want to passionately do. You are being triggered. Like, this keeps happening for a reason. This is your intuition. This is the divine seeing if you've learned some lessons. It's like, think of it like this. Person A invades boundaries and eavesdrops and does fuckery all the time, continuous basis. Person B never responds. Person A keeps doing it. Person B responds in a nice way. Person A keeps doing it. Person B is not going to ignore it, right? They're going to be tired of the fuckery. So the next time person B is just going to take out their phone or have a camera device and open the door and catch you on camera. And then maybe at that point, person A will stop. Who knows? This is that point where you're being repetitive in these cycles. How long are you going to do it before you stop? Before you realize that it's low vibrational or not in alignment with where you want to be long term. And you've been training for this, right? This is something that you've been going through long enough that you are seeing these red flags, and your intuition is causing inner conflict in your gut, in your core, and it's eating at you. It's like the alarms are sounding, right? Like, hey, you can't get this off your mind. It needs to be addressed. Let's go. Like, address it. And then obviously the choice is don't do what you continuously do. If a person continuously behaves this way and you continuously give them certain opportunities and chances to turn things around, and they don't turn things around, well, guess what? They're going to keep doing it over and over and over again, and you're going to keep forgiving and allowing over and over and over again. When does it fucking stop? Well, it's no longer your problem, right? Because at this point, you've recognized the red flags. You're having inner conflict. You already know where this is going to go. You don't care if they're willing to change. They can go make the change somewhere else and demonstrate that they've changed somewhere else. Enough is enough. Some of you need to use caution. Some of you are having a decision to make in the love life, right? Maybe some of you have, maybe some of you have two partners. One, there's an emotional, sexual attraction there, right? Maybe this is the person you've been involved with for an extended period of time. The other person's probably more energetic, more spiritual, more into like meditative states or peace of mind, not into the everyday flow of everything going on externally. Keep yourself to yourself. Some of you might get trapped by pregnancy. Somebody's rushing in trying to give a pregnancy because they got clarity on the fact that you are their nourishment, you are their healer, you are the thing that rejuvenates them internally. Or maybe they feel like you are their soulmate. Maybe they feel like you are their person. Whereas before they looked down upon you, now they have no choice but to see you from a different perspective. So just be careful. And if they're not doing this to you, somebody did this to them, right? Somebody else is pregnant. Somebody else kept it hidden. Somebody else waited until it was too late for a termination. So that way they would be attached to a dynamic long term. You know, there is still people out here who look at children as their stability. Well, got him for life, you know, because no matter what happens, you know, birthdays, holidays, we're somehow, some way going to cross ties. And I got at least child support for X amount of years. And they're probably going to milk you dry. So you should have been smarter than that. You should have been smarter than that. So something's hidden. Somebody's pregnant. There's definitely a hidden pregnancy. It's so loud. It's jumping right into my face. There's a hidden pregnancy. Somebody's pregnant. So if I were you, to whoever this applies to, and it could be all of you, I don't know, I'd hold off. I wouldn't even give them the decision until they come forward and be very truthful. And you'll know if this applies to you because you would have already questioned this person, how many children they have. You would have already questioned this person internally, possibly. Meaning maybe internally you're questioning, like, I think they've had other kids, or I think they're sleeping with so-and-so. Maybe you caught them cheating. If you've caught them cheating, if you're questioning, if you've already had this inside, if you came onto this recording and this was already a question in your mind at some point, this is that validation. Okay? If not, it does not apply. This is already existing energy. So if I were you, I'd hang tight. I'd hang tight. I wouldn't, I'd wait. I would wait. I would wait. I wouldn't even make a decision. Why do you even have to make a decision? Why do people always limit themselves? I'm looking at this and it's like, I get why there's a need to limit some things, like how many sexual partners you have at the same time or within a certain span of time from one another. I completely understand the importance of that. But it's like, if you hardly know person A at this point because you've realized how many lies they've given you, you know, there's a lack of, you should just relearn this person. You should just choose yourself, right? Boss up in your own life, in all areas of your life, and keep trying to keep outdoing the last version of yourself, right? Continuous upgrades. I mean, my God, how many iPhones do we have? How many galaxies are fucking out there? How often are you doing that for yourself? This is that dark night of the soul shit I was telling you guys about. This is that time where you're going through that darkness and then you come up from those ashes, which is that darkness, and you shake that shit the fuck off and you are completely different. You embody a different type of light. A lot of you already know where you're going and where you're headed, and I'm not going to say anything because it should just be your own free will, your own choice. You should never give the power to a reader to determine who you choose and who you love and what partner you choose, right? Like, a person came to me, I'm not even going to bring up past clients, but the point is, it's like, you come to readers to get validation, to get some clarity, not to draw in more negativity into your life, not to force yourself into other people's dynamics and look for that toxicity in your own life. If it doesn't resonate when you hear it, it's not supposed to be for you. It's for somebody else who's listening at a different point of time or at the same time. Who knows? Some of you are really going to follow the divine. You're going to go with the flow. What are people showing you? And you're not going to be blinded to this. You're going to see things straight through. Somebody got somebody pregnant. Somebody's fucking pregnant. Somebody got somebody pregnant and it was not for the right fucking reasons. It's selfish. It's shallow. It's so fucked up. And if somebody else is the one who is pregnant, they're not having that child out of love. It's out of, I'm not fucking letting go. I'm digging my claws in. no, fuck that shit. Again, like, red flags. If you've been having inner conflict over this entire time before even hearing this, you shouldn't even think twice about walking the fuck away. No, that's bullshit. You can pray to the divine for help. You can go within. You can, if you listen to HD frequencies and you know how to do internal healing, you can always bring on your mense on your own. You can force yourself to have a period. You could just simply tell your body in prayer that you need to cleanse, clear, and release all things within your womb. Cleanse, clear, and release everything in your abdomen, so that way it's purified and restored. Sometimes what I like to do is, nope, I'm not allowed to talk about me. They keep putting a block on it. I love it. So grateful. So you bitches can't keep attacking everything that I do. It's like I'm sharing knowledge with people who are actually going through ascension issues and feel a little crazy and don't know what to do and don't have that guidance and haven't tapped into their ancestors yet. And you're utilizing this information to attack me, not realizing none of this is even valid for me anymore, because once you get to a certain point, the same way your lungs breathe naturally, the same way your heart beats without you telling it to, your body, your aura, your energy, everything maintains itself on its own. And the divine only allows certain things to touch you when the divine's gonna kick somebody's fucking ass. You better know that shit. And after a certain point, the divine doesn't even let that happen to you. It doesn't even let it touch you. At a certain point, the divine grabs it and the divine personally delivers it back to you. So I feel that energy coming through strong, and it's just fucked up. So again, cleanse yourself. You can bring on your own menstrual, or if you are pregnant and it is a loving situation and you're being attacked because of people who are envious or jealous of the dynamic, pray over that womb, right? Like, please protect everything that is in this womb should it be divinely orchestrated. If it is not divinely orchestrated, please cleanse, clear, and release it, so that way I can continue on my path in perfect alignment. And give it to God, give it to God. Let God come in and step through. Or if you know you're in a toxic situation and you know you're with somebody who's intentionally trying to sabotage you, dude, karma will give you what you're willing to accept. You're telling karma, no, let them keep doing it by you allowing it. So don't put yourself in those situations. If you're not in that situation yet, be mindful. Don't have sex with people you don't want to have a kid with. Oh, I saw something on social media. Oh my God, I'm trying to remember it. There was something on social media where basically, like, don't say something or do something and be disappointed with the outcome, right? Don't put yourself in situations. Oh, what was it? Fucking A, excuse me. A one night stand can turn into a lifetime of a mess or something like that. I can't remember, but it was like a one night stand can turn into a lifetime, right? Like, you can have a one night stand, get somebody pregnant, and be stuck with their ass for the rest of your life. You can have a one night stand, catch an STD, and have HIV or AIDS or herpes or gonorrhea or, anything, right? Or, you could also switch it up and say a one night stand. You could find your soulmate, but I don't fucking think so. I don't think so, because then why was it a one night stand in the first place, right? So think about that. I mean, and now I'm hearing that song from Kevin Gates again with the thinking with my dick. It's like, don't be stupid. I mean, I like the song. I think it's funny, whatever. But in all reality, don't be that stupid. Yeah, it's 22:15. I'm gonna end this. So the love dynamic for Virgo, or someone dealing with a person who has Virgo in their birth chart. Someone was, oh wow, someone's trying to give their love to the Virgo, okay? And wow. And they're hesitant to this connection because of an individual who is in another dynamic, okay? Or hold on a second. Wow. This isn't just Virgo. This is Leo and Gemini as well. This is a love triangle, maybe. Either you are, yeah. Listen, you either three of you. There's three of you, possibly four. So you would be person one, and then there's like three others. So maybe the person you're dealing with has two other people, or has what the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah. Virgo, the person you're dealing with has like two other people that they're dealing with, or is in a sticky situation where there's just more than just one other. Like it's not just you and it's not just one other. There could actually be someone from their past who, for some freaking reason, is stalkive, obsessive, trying really hard to be like you, trying really freaking hard. Like, that's sick. If this person had sex tapes of you, they're playing it with this person so this person could have sex with them the way that you have sex with them. They're literally competing or trying to boss up to stay in their relationship. So it's almost like if they had an argument, that person was like, well, if you can do what she can do, then I'll stay with you because this is better financially or on paperwork. Or maybe the other person's just like ready to, or maybe they did a reading and know that you're moving forward at some point in time, and they were just fucking doing witchcraft this whole time to keep you around as long as possible so they can, be selfish about it. But regardless, there's at least, I feel like there's at least five. There's five women or five men. You being one of them. So four others, or in addition to you. Yeah, I feel like you'd be like one of the five. Yeah, there's five. So a total dynamic of six people, and you can figure out what's going on here as far as if it's relevant to you. Somebody's coming towards somebody with passion and love, or somebody was giving their love to someone, and they weren't getting it. They weren't getting what they wanted, so they manipulated energy to get them intimately back into the swing of things, right? Or someone is going towards someone who plays hard to get, but meanwhile is using external influences to keep them in the bedroom. And low-key fantasizes about the kinky shit or the seductive role-playing, or this person wants the both of best worlds. He wants, or she wants, one person to be that loving, passionate, seductive housewife role, and they want to keep the sexy vixen as well. And because that person can't have both, one who knows more about the actions of than the other is pretty much surveilling, watching, videotaping, or watching old sex tapes, or studying an individual to embody the past energy. I'm hearing past energy, so they're not even on the current vibe of you. but they're trying to, clone your ass so they can be both of best worlds for this individual and hold them down. Holy shit. One of you specifically, okay, there's a gentleman who has been trying to come forward to you but does not feel that energy is still there anymore. So they've been playing around and dabbling with some fuckery, still shacking up with other individuals, but their mind is always thinking about you and how the things they wish they were doing with you, and focused on the way that you nurture and feed their soul. Some of you are dealing with an individual who gives their love to someone who loves other individuals. They like that chase. And while they're happy or playing happy with that other individual, they're doing craft on you to hold you on the sideline, so that way they can, holding their place kind of flow. Because they love the way that your energy is seductive, or your energy is the type of energy that can release them from shackles or cut through the craft, right? It's almost like a group of people, or this one person specific is in a dynamic with someone, and they know they're only in that dynamic with that person because the person's doing craft on them. And instead of them doing what they got to do to walk away, they sit there and pray and wish that you would come forward and kind of like remove the burden from them. They like the way that you heal them. They like the way that you nurture their soul. Bottom line is, there's a person who is involved, and even if it's only two individuals, for those of you, it's almost like there's two primary people for this person, where maybe they're married, or they've got like their toxic karmic is on one side, the person who's not so pure, and then they have the pure one on the other side, and this person's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I've got this person who does craft and dominatrix and all this other fuckery holding on to me with their claws in my skin, and I'm really unable to stop pursuing this other person who is the complete opposite. Every time, if you understand this, every time this person is not engaging verbally with someone, their mind is on you at all times. At all times. They jerk off. Oh my gosh. They think about your rear end. They think about your top. They think about your overall physical body and the way it feels. They think about intertwining with you. They think about the way they feel, like that passion, that fire between the two of you, and it supersedes. It literally is dominating in their life, and somebody really is doing craft to put an end to it. But no matter what craft they're doing, that person can't keep their mind off of you. If you understand this, you need a cleaning, you need a healing, you need a cleansing, you need to take like a milk bath, or do some moon water and add some of that to your bath, or do an herbal bath, do something to cleanse, clear, and release your energy, so that way you are able to finally make a decision. Because it's like, you know what your head wants, you know what your heart wants, you know what your body wants. Meanwhile, you're still entertaining fuckery. Well, it should be a no-brainer as to why. Some of you have a person some of you found out that their friend is it's like fatal attraction from someone that they're friends with. And it's like, oh shit. So you might have worked with someone that was friends with you, like you're one of your persons, or like if it's just, you and your person. Let's leave the extra fuckery to the side. You and your person, you worked with someone that your person knows, or your person sees you in the workplace and sees how people watch you, or how they're attracted to your body, or have kind of like some fatal attraction shit going on. And it's definitely money related, right? So either you work here or you don't. It's completely, you figure it out. One of you, oh my fucking God. There's a gentleman here who's reflecting on his two choices. One of his choices is to be with someone who sexually fulfills them in all ways, and the other is in a energy of being paid to allow. Okay, yeah, so one's a stripper or an equivalent industry, and the other is just basically someone who's not, and sexually fulfills and is their twin flame. Like, he's realizing one is his twin flame, and it's not the person that gets paid to let people look and touch their body. He is overcoming or being protective over the person that he has an emotional attachment with, or he's just like still in his energy, really reflecting on the two decisions he has to make. So there's somebody who's involved with a sex worker or someone who is very public about their sexual features, right? They could never work a day in their life as a stripper or in that industry or at all in anything relevant, but they're very gifted or very out loud with their sexual features. They have their tits out, they let their nipples slip out accidentally quite often, probably one too many times. They wear very sexy garments out in public. They're very they like to be, they're somehow some way physically they put their sexuality on display, and they accept payment. They do. So maybe they go to work in an office and they intentionally are flirtatious or demonstrate or wear attire that is revealing, so they can have a favor in that environment. But somehow, some way, they're receiving some level of compensation. Even if it's not financial, they could be getting gifts, promotions, or just favor in the workplace. Your person's seeing all of this, and he's just like, man. And here I go again with that song from Kevin Gates, Thinking with Your Dick. He's sitting there literally beside his cock, and he's like, what the fuck? Which way am I going? And I don't even think it's it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's kind of like a no-brainer, my friend. What else do I got for you? Yeah, you know what? You just need to ground your energy. I wouldn't chase anybody at this point. If they want to be with you, great. If not, keep it moving. Don't jump into a relationship right after being with someone. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some time to release their energy, release who they are in your life before you go and start filling that void with another individual. And if you're in that dating scene and you start talking to someone and it fails, before you go and click, yeah, I want to date another person, why did it fail? What parts about you or them was not right? Did you do anything on any of the dates that make you want to reflect on anything? Stuff like that.